What's going on?
What's going on?
What's going on?
It's McKade and Russ.
McKade and Russ. If you can't tell by the thumbnail, that's the new show name.
Yeah, that's it.
It's not McKade and Russ show. It's What's Going On with McKade and Russ. We're your hosts, and we're to tell you what's going on
Literally.
with us.
All the time.
Not with the outside world, but with us.
It's the inside look
The inside
of
look.
what's going on
with
McKade
us.
and Russ.
Because we don't talk about the outside world. Everyone else does that. We talk about what's going on with us. So, we brainstormed a little bit before, and I have a couple guys I have to tell you about at work.
Like coworkers?
Yeah.
Nice, dude.
Obviously, there's Robert. We already know him, the crackhead.
Oh yeah.
So he was telling me a story the other day. It was like a couple days ago, and so I work in a warehouse. We move boxes and put them on trucks and ship them out. That's all I'm going to give you. But he takes the boxes that didn't come down the right conveyor belt and puts them on the right conveyor belt. Does that make sense? If they get lost in the conveyor belt, he'll take them and bring them to the right one, so that we can put them on the correct truck. Anyways, as he's walking up and down, he'll just start saying something random. Last time I gave the example of Michelle Obama being Michael Obama.
Oh yeah.
So he just brings up random crap, and he knows he's and the thing about Robert is, you can't. It's hard to tell if he knows he's crazy or not, because he'll start saying crazy stuff, and then he'll laugh afterwards. But like, it's off the wall stuff, and then sometimes he'll just be completely serious saying crazy stuff. And it's the same level of craziness, but only half the time he laughs afterwards, like he knows he's saying crazy stuff.
So there's some people out there that obviously they'll say something totally whack.
Yeah.
And then they'll laugh because it's a total joke.
Uh-huh.
But you're saying you can't tell when he's joking and when he's serious.
Yes. So, I don't know if I told you this story. There was an axe.
Oh wait, yeah, and he was gonna kill his neighbor with it or something.
Yeah, he picks it up. It's a double-sided axe. I told this story, didn't I?
Yeah, I think so.
And then he's like, this would be good to use on my neighbor. And then he laughs afterwards, and I'm like, oh, he's just kidding.
Dude.
So, anyways, he's coming around, and he's like, yeah, I mugged an FBI agent once, and I was waiting for the laugh, you know? And then he's like, yeah, I was sick of it, man. They were following me for like months. And so me and my buddy, we mugged him. And I was like, wait, why? Why are they following you? He's like, yeah, because we were on the terrorist watch list. I said,
oh, fetch no.
I said, what the crap? He's like, well, you know, my scout leader, my scout leader, he taught us how to make pipe bombs at the age of 12. Like back.
What? Dude, when you said scout leader, I thought you were going somewhere completely different.
Well, and then
like maybe why he's so messed up.
He goes into that as well.
Oh gosh.
And so he says, my scout leader taught us to make pipe bombs at the age of 12. Back then, that was just part of the survival skills. And I was like, heck yeah, I love those skills, man.
Oh
like,
my gosh.
Like, that's just something we did back in the day. We blew up grasshoppers and water jugs, and you know, we just placed explosives at like
axe cans and fire. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we did. So I was like, heck yeah, there's no way you got on the terrorist watch list for that. And he's like, well, we were caught with like explosive. Well, he was caught with explosive detonating material, and they convicted of intent to explode something. I don't know how he put it. So they just got tired of the FBI following him, so he mugged him, and then he went to jail. I don't know what the timeline for that was, but yeah.
You're just like, yeah, dude, I don't associate with you anymore. You're on a terrorist watch list that I just found out about. So.
And then he's like, man. And then you see on TV, if you were sexually harassed by a Boy Scout leader, call us. And I'm like, frig, man, I'll call them. I'll tell them whatever they want to hear to give me money. Like, I think it's ridiculous. No one in my Scout troop even had that look in their eye. And I was like, yeah, it's pretty crazy, man. Like, times are different, blah, blah. But yeah, I mean, not to get into that whole side of things, but I work with some characters, man.
Dang, man. You do.
Lately, this one guy's been annoying the absolute crap out of me. And I have this Snapchat that I screen recorded for this very,
oh, great.
this very instance. It's a Snapchat you sent me, and you're talking exactly like him. So I'm gonna turn this up and
No
put it next.
way.
About right there, man. You know what I'm saying, man? Man, like, you know what I'm saying? Man, you gotta get it right. You know what I'm saying, man? Like, if you don't get it right, then why you even try? Man, like, it's just life, man. It's an obstacle. So you gotta get over it. See, because you don't get over it, man. Like, what are you really doing with your time, man? You know what I'm saying? Man, come on, man. Don't get it. Don't get it.
So that's how he talks. He says the exact same thing millions of times within the sentence. So he'll come. So I've started messing with him a little bit, but like, here's some of the things he'll say. He'll ask me 4 times within an hour. Hey man, you cool? You cool, man? It's this older Hispanic guy, straight out of California, like. But like, I feel like he's trying to act hood because he uses so many different like terms that he uses. Like, you don't know. Like, I feel like he's trying too hard to act like he's from the hood. Does this make sense? What I'm saying?
So he's okay. So you got like straight out of Compton kind of thing.
He's trying to be straight out of Compton.
Does he look like he's straight out of Compton?
No, he's clean cut, like Hispanic guy, drives a BMW. But I feel like he was bullied in school because he grew up near the ghetto, because he didn't act a certain way, but because his friends were or his parents were rich, is what it seems like. So
Okay.
he'll come up, "What up, playa? How you doing? You cool, man? What's up, dude? How are you doing? You cool, playa? Okay, yeah. You know, it's Monday. We just got to go with the flow, man." Like, that was terrible because I said man. See, like, I'm used to saying man and dude.
They say cut and like
And
bruh
but that's the thing, is he'll mix all of them. Like, he'll say, "What's up, playa? What's up, man? How are you doing, dude? You doing all right, dude? You cool, my guy?" Like, he'll say every, like, I don't, it's not
like
slur.
bro slur?
Yeah. He'll say every code there is for a bro in the same sentence. So I'm like I don't know what vibe you're trying to throw, but and then it's like the video I showed of you. And then sometimes he'll just get into this philosophical hippie stuff.
What?
And so today he was like, "Oh man, what's going on, player? Like, today's just going on like forever, man." and then I was like, "Yeah, I mean, yeah." Like, I don't even respond to him
you need
anymore.
to be like, it do be like that. You just need to match his energy, man.
But then he'll keep talking to me and ask me if I'm cool 12 times an hour.
So you're just trying to dodge the pain.
Oh, I'm
you don't wanna
dodging
talk to
now.
him. Yeah.
So I actually called him out on it, kind of. He's like, "You cool, man?" I'm like, "Yeah." And then I'll continue stacking my boxes. And like, "You all right, man?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "You cool?" And then I was like, "Yeah, I'm as cool as I was 20 minutes ago." He's like, "All right, man. Like sometimes you just gotta go with the flow. You can't be working for the big man, you know. Like, you gotta do it how it comes, you know, player." Like.
You're like, I don't know.
No,
What do you mean?
No, yeah. So today, because he'll always do that too. He'll be like, "You know what I'm saying?" And he won't even say anything. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying, man? You're like,
So today,
what the frick are you saying?
today we're sweeping up, and he comes up. "You know what I'm saying?" I'm like, "No." So now I'm just messing with him, cause like he's just used to people going with it, you know.
Yeah.
So now I'm just messing with him, like just saying the complete opposite. Like, instead of "you cool," I'm like, "Yeah, I'm as cool as I was 20 minutes ago." Like, bro, I'm like the same as I was literally 20 minutes ago. I'm just moving boxes. He's like, "You company?" I'm like, "What? You company? Like, you like working for this place?" I'm like, "No, I'm just here, bro. I'm just making money." He's like, "Me too, man. I mean, play it like, we just gotta do how it goes, you know what I'm saying? Like the flow of the river. Just sometimes like he'll go into that philosophical stuff, but then he's also like trying to act hood, like I can't do a very good representation of him. I have to be around him for a while.
So no, all right. So some background. So the reason I sent you that Snapchat.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. I have a coworker
Uh-huh.
that's almost exactly like that. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Except he's got 2 teeth at the top that just pop out. Okay. He looks like a little donkey. You know, Ehan. Okay. And he is one of the most just prowl around, not working, just talking his mouth off,
That's
and
what this guy
just bounces from guy to guy, place to place, just aimlessly. And then he'll walk in here and he'll be like, "Yeah, Russ, you know, man, gonna make this place 5-star hotel, yes sir." You know, he walks in, he's telling me,
he's a company man.
He's like, "I'm gonna make this place big. I'm gonna make this a 5-star hotel. I promise you that. Yeah, just going through the motions."
He a company man.
Yeah, so like, so I get this vibe from this dude, and I'm like, "Hey, you need to shut up.
You cool?
And work." Like, for real though, he does that too. Like, go out there and do something. Stop bouncing around and asking me every time you come in here how I'm doing, how my day's going, and how you're gonna make this place a 5-star hotel just by walking around and not actually working. And I'm like, this is a joke, dude.
You need to ask him. Say, "Hey, what are you doing to make this place a 5-star hotel?" That should be your like managed thing. Like, you go around and ask people what they're gonna do to make this place a 5-star hotel.
After someone, I would say that, but after someone says it so many times, you're like, I'm never gonna say that. It's like the whole, "You working hard, you're hardly working." Like, I'm never gonna say that to somebody because I've heard it so much when I was doing excavating that I got so annoyed with that phrase. I hate it. So like, I couldn't do it, dude.
Would people walk by and say that crap to you? Like random people, or just
like everybody? My boss, that was his slogan, and then people were like, "Here," you know. There's always a laugh before or after. Yeah. "Working hard, you're hardly working."
It's funny every time.
It's not. So over it, dude.
Yeah, dude.
So yeah, I don't know. You know, and if you can't understand what they're saying, like your coworker.
Well, I can understand him clearly. Some of my other ones I can't, but they're I think they're so used to not being understood that they like think that me going, "Ha, yeah," is like me understanding them
or acknowledging them. Yeah. Dang. Most people just don't acknowledge that they exist.
Yeah.
Dang.
Well, and then I got one last story about one of my coworkers. He's a very short Hispanic guy, and he's got a thick accent. And he got written up for talking too much. And so the boss is like, "I sent you over here and you start talking, and you sent you over there, you start talking." He's like, "Look, I'll sign the write-up, but I want my vacation days." And the boss is like, "What?" It's like, "No, I want my 2 paid times off and my 2 business days and my week of paid time off. Like, I need that." And then he comes up to me. He's like, "Yeah, so I told the boss what's up." He comes up to me. I was like, "Hey man, I'll sign your write-up if you give me my vacation days." And so like, I kind of told him what's up. And the boss is a huge dude, and I'm looking down to this guy like, he's like 5'3", and he's like, "Yeah man, I'll show him what's up." And then he's like, "I'm gonna go to Mexico and get a couple beers," and that's what he always says. He's always gonna get a couple beers. He's always drinking a couple beers. And he's like, "In Mexico, they're only like 75 cents if you get them from the grocery store.
Yeah.
At the bar, they're only like $1. And then I get me 2 escorts, $150 for the whole week. I get 2 escorts. You ever had an escort?" I was like, no, what the crap?
My gosh.
And he's like dead serious. Like, I start realizing he's serious. I'm like, no.
This
He's
bro
like,
really goes to Mexico and vacays it off, dude.
Oh yeah, he parties his butt off.
Holy cow, just sit right here and have another beer in Mexico, huh? Holy cow, dude.
And yeah, so he's like acting like I'm the crazy one because I've never been with a prostitute.
Everybody does it, man. Come on, man. You ain't got an escort?
It's like, yeah, they follow me around all week for $150. I'm like, are you? Wow. All right. What a life. And really, it kind of put me in a weird funk last week, like thinking about how crazy prostitution is and sad and disgusting that really is.
Chicas don't caro if there's no dinero.
What?
Yeah, dude.
Is that a saying?
There's all these country songs about Mexico.
So it's
you
like
learn
a thing.
real quick what Mexico's all about if you listen to a few country songs.
It's like a thing to go.
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't know that. So like, and he was like, "Yeah, I just tell him I'm a citizen, and they hook it up real good."
No way.
Yeah.
Cause he's what, like half?
No, he's
half
full.
breed?
I'm pretty sure he's like he came straight from there because his accent's so freaking thick.
See, but if you go to Mexico, like American, people think you're like a freaking hair. Like, look at all this stuff, And so, honestly, if you're saying you're a native I can see where you get those bonuses, right? But
Yeah.
like, you go there and you're like, they think you're some rock star.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you get some perks too. I don't know, or they just squeeze you for everything you're worth because they know you
Yeah.
have money.
Yeah. That's what I would think.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've never been. Have you ever been to Mexico?
No, it's probably 6s either way. I don't know.
6s.
Yeah,
What's that?
means it's the same both ways.
Why is it 6?
I don't know, actually.
Is that like a gambling reference?
Could be.
Huh.
How about that, dude? I'll have to look that up.
So I've been listening to like a lot of podcasts lately. So previous to recording our podcast, I wouldn't listen to any podcasts. I would watch clips on the Joe Rogan show and such.
Yeah.
But now I'm on like 5 different podcasts a day that
Holy
I listen
cow.
to, and the reason I didn't listen to them before was so it didn't kind of mess up my creative.
Oh, I see. So, like, you weren't stealing from somebody else, but you were
Yeah.
coming up with your own ideas.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Because I didn't want to be like trying to sound like someone else. I wanted to do what I had thought of, and so I've been listening to a lot of them lately.
Okay.
And they're freaking good. Like the one I sent you, I've listened to like 5 of their episodes. The TMG podcast.
Okay.
But the thing is, with all of these podcasts I've listened to, they all have commercial breaks and commercials in the beginning, and then they stop and they have brand deals that they plug in the middle of their podcasts.
Like that they announce.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I've seen them.
I've seen that. I've heard that.
What the heck?
So, the mic is totally unplugged.
The mic's not plugged into my computer. Okay, I was
We're
trying
going
to
straight
keep.
off your MacBook. Right?
Yeah, it's probably so.
Commercial break. We're doing a MacBook Pro commercial. Sorry, we're having technical difficulties, but you wonder, are they having technical difficulties? They take like a quick commercial break, you know, like we just did.
Yes, like when the conversation kind of dies, they just start plugging a brand deal.
Yeah,
But even then,
you're
they
right.
sometimes do it in the middle. But this is probably so grainy right now.
Probably
Okay,
the worst
I was
sound
trying.
quality. Who knows? I don't know.
I was trying to keep this down, but we've had to. This is the 5th time we've stopped and started the recording because of interruptions, and I was trying to keep that on the DL and just like act like it was freaking just going through in the same cut, but no, it's not that way. All right. So I'm gonna cut this right now and hopefully get back on mic sound. I don't know. What were we talking about, man?
Well, shoot.
Oh, I brought up commercial breaks, and I was just gonna say how cool it'd be one day to have one.
Oh, commercial break.
Yeah.
Like
so
a legit one.
if anyone's listening and you have a business, you want to plug
Where
for
your plug.
what? Yeah, we're your plug for about 7 subscribers.
Dude, somebody's out there sort of freaking twiddling their thumbs. They got some home-owned,
Yeah, I know.
car washing business, or
Yep.
they got some, something they do on the side, and they're just like, man, I really wish I could branch out and get
To
more
7 more
customers."
people,
Yeah. So maybe they'll jump up.
Hey, but I went from 4 to 7 subscribers this week though,
Hey, that's tight, dude.
because I finally went public on my Instagram.
Hex yeah.
Put us out there.
Yeah, we went public.
We are out there.
Your
I
coming
want,
out video.
That's yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of hard.
That's what it was. I really, truly feel as I was coming out of the closet I had put myself in.
Yeah.
But that can be such a hard way, like,
There's
it's not the
really-
proper way to put it.
Yeah, I don't know.
In today's day and age, you cannot say that without it being reference to the LBG. I was saying this wrong the other day, and Heather was making fun of me.
She
I
got-
was saying LGBT, but it's LBGT.
No, it's LGBTQ.
Yeah, that's what did I say? See, now
I don't
I'm
know.
making myself look
I don't
even
know.
worse.
Well, it's
And then you have, and then it's the extra letters and the plus and the gay, lesbian, queer community. You can't say coming out with it being without it being referred to that. And so I really truly felt that I was putting myself out there. And Heather's like, no, you cannot name it that. And I was like, yeah, but that's kind of like. So it ended up
You're
being
treading
called,
on eggshells either way. It's like, 'cause,
Yes.
I mean, we mean no offense by all, but it's just
Yes.
like we don't know how to properly.
and especially with a
Obviously,
podcast, you
LGBTQ.
you just freaking clip that part right there. You're just saying me saying it wrong. The letters.
Oh yeah, you're canceled.
You just clip that, canceled. And so that's the problem with it. And then we don't mean any offense to that community or any of it. I really truthfully felt that I am taking a part of myself that I haven't put out there, and I'm finally putting it out there, and I was coming out as that. What my dream was, that I've really truly just kept to myself for a long time. But the video is called putting it all out there, because that also is what I was doing. I was putting it all out on the line, saying, hey, this is all the stuff that I've been planning behind the scenes and I haven't talked about and have kind of shunned away from talking about, because then the reason was because I wanted to have a little bit of content behind me before I went public with it, which is what we did with the podcast. We put out two. I put out two, and then the McKade and Russ show put out two, and now hopefully we can finally get on podcasts, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify with What's Going On with McKade and Russ.
Yeah, what's going on?
So now that I'm stepping off these eggshells of cancellation.
Culture.
I mean, the culture's the eggshells. Now I'm stepping off
There we go.
of breaking and becoming canceled. We're out there. I'm out there. And went from 4 subscribers, which was my dad, your brother, and 2 friends from the past, and I think my wife. So 1 friend from the past and my wife. And now we have 7.
What up, dude?
And that video, I linked in my Instagram the video of me putting it all out there. My just saying, hey, this is what I'm gonna do with the rest of my life. I'm not chasing normal lifestyle. Has 93 views. I'd say that's pretty good.
That's pretty good.
And you can tell which other videos they went to, because I plugged our show, the McKade and Russ show, as the entertainment show, and those jumped up to 30 both shows that are posted. They didn't.
There's some pretty lengthy clips. I mean,
I have the behind the scenes clips and a clip from neither of those got views. The full length ones got views.
Yeah.
So I thought that was interesting, because if I'm going to watch a podcast on YouTube, I'm just going to watch the clips. If I'm going to listen. So yeah, that's the news in my book. And honestly, this week has been amazing.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, it's
I
been
don't know.
hyped. Yeah.
I don't know if it's because I'm excited for this weekend. Tomorrow's my last day at work this week, and I'm going to Wyoming.
Oh yeah. That's right.
Lagoon in Wyoming, but I'm mainly excited for Wyoming because I'm going to go elk hunting.
So it's with your family?
And my uncle, yeah.
Sick. Okay, cool. Yeah, that sounds fun.
I don't know if it's that, or if I really just took a weight off my shoulders and started the process of putting it all out there. I don't know.
Yeah.
And even in that video, I was treading on eggshells there at the end. I don't know if you watched it.
No, I watched it. Yeah.
There at the end when I was reading the raps.
Yeah.
And I was like, I feel like you can see it in my face. I'm like, wow, I probably shouldn't have said that out loud.
Wow.
But in the terms of the way I was using the word it and the time frame I was using the word it was not meant for any other way than it was used.
Yeah.
So back to not getting canceled. Yeah, I'm going elk hunting next week, and I'm freaking pumped.
Heck yeah, dude. Elk hunting's for real.
No, yeah, that's like there's a level of hunting, and that's like one of the upper tier levels. Like that's where you start putting in tons and tons of work.
Yeah.
Like there's deer hunting, and then there's trophy deer hunting, like where you're doing all the extra work to find a big buck. And I feel like elk hunting's, like even beginning elk hunting is where you're like the level of trophy deer hunting. Does that make sense what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, you're exactly right.
For the non-sportsmen out there, like there's a lot more work that goes into elk hunting rather than going out and just shooting the first deer you see. And so I'm definitely excited to put in that extra work.
Well, yeah, but like, there's so much that goes into it. Like, people that haven't elk hunted, like me,
Yeah.
like, I don't even know.
Yeah.
But I can imagine, because like I went deer watching with my brother-in-law, and he'd see one, be like, hey, spot that one. What's that at? And I'm like, it's this. I'm like, but it's a doe. He goes, oh, never mind. And then we spot another one. It's a buck, and he's like, yeah, it's all right. I'm like, yeah. What do you think? He's like, no. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Dude, it's got antlers.
Yeah.
It's pretty big.
Yeah.
Drop that thing, dude.
Yeah.
No, it's pretty particular, man. You gotta track the right one. You gotta get the one you want.
Yeah, you have an area, you have the range, you have everything.
Stealth.
Yeah, stealth, scent,
Frick.
and then in the opposite hand, being seen by humans so you don't get shot.
Oh yeah, true.
Yeah. So I honestly, I don't even know if we're hunting boys or girls,
Oh yeah.
Am I? Because he has 2 tags that he's trying to fill. One for him, one for his son. I'm just gonna go be a pack mule, be along for the ride.
Sick.
But yeah, I don't know if we're shooting bull or doe. I think it's bull that's the male, right? And
Yeah.
I don't know why it goes from buck and deer and then bull and elk, bull elk.
Bull elk.
Because they're big.
Terminology. I don't know.
They are big motherfrickers. So yeah, I'm super stoked. Last time I went on an actual hunt was, I don't know, 5th grade?
Holy
that
cow.
I went and shot the antelope.
Dang, dude.
Was that?
That's out there. I mean, I've wanted to get into hunting, but my dad kind of never has been.
Yeah,
And he
that's
actually
my
told
problem.
me a story of why he didn't.
Okay, what's his story?
Okay,
'Cause
so
I have a story where my dad doesn't.
Yeah, oh, really? Okay, all right, bet. Maybe this is how it is for a few people out there. But so my dad went out with some of his friends, okay, and they had like a couple tags, or maybe it was before you even needed a tag.
Yeah,
But
it's a long time.
yeah, so he went out and they shot a deer,
Okay.
and he got one, and it was like one shot. That's all it took, I
Yeah.
think, if I can get this story right. Anyway, so he takes it to his house, hangs it in the garage, okay? And then his dad gets home from work. And my grandpa Roland, he was a gentle guy. Like, he loved everything, nature,
yeah.
the squirrels, the birds. So he came walking in the garage and seen that deer hanging there. My dad's got this proud as can be grin.
Yeah.
Look, Dad, look what I got this deer,
Uh-huh.
And he comes in there, he looks it up and down, pets it. Oh, he goes, poor thing. And then he walks into the house. It says nothing else. That's all he says to him.
Oh.
And my dad never went hunting ever since. Made him feel like a total piece of trash.
So my dad was in your grandpa's case. My dad's the gentle guy, and he was on his grandpa's farm, who was your dad in this case, was just a farmer.
Gung ho. We'll
Take
it out if it needs to be out.
And if it needs to be out, it needs to be out. If you're hungry, you should eat it.
Exactly.
So, and my dad was on the farm shooting his BB gun and shot a bird off a power line.
Okay.
And it was, obviously he shot it with a BB gun, and it was on the ground flopping around. My dad feels like awful and tells grandpa, and grandpa comes out with a shovel and chops his head off, and my dad's just traumatized the rest of his life.
No way. The bird?
Yeah, the bird is
dude.
the reason. Yeah, I mean, like I said, previous he was
He's a
gentle
broken
guy.
man after that.
Yeah.
Yeah, both our parents were.
That'll make or break a man right there.
Oh,
a Tweety
yeah.
bird.
Holy cow.
That'll make or break a man.
Young age.
But yeah, I mean, I'm super stoked. I'm not really that excited for the drive, though. How are you about driving?
I'm fine. As long as I got music, some snacks,
Snacks are
some
key.
good company.
Yeah.
If it's awkward, there's not good company, and you're like not talking,
Yeah.
not singing,
Yeah.
or whatever it is, it's totally not good.
Well,
I'll
that's
just sleep the whole time.
Really?
Yeah.
I hate sleeping in cars.
See, so do I. But if I can't vibe, I'll pass out. I'll just be like, fine, I'm sleeping the whole way.
Like, unless I'm in the back and like have 2 seats, then I can't. I mean, it's the most. It's the worst experience.
Comfortably, yeah. No, you need some pillows and some
Yeah.
blankies at that point, dude. Get comfy up in there. Yeah. I don't know. How are you usually?
I would consider myself a good road tripper, but this past summer I drove 24 hours straight to Arkansas, and I legitimately think I have PTSD from that, dude.
Well, were you on a bus?
No. I was in a truck, so it was like I never know the truck cabs, so it was
Extended cab?
It was a single cab, but it was extended, whereas the half door in the back. So what would that be?
Short cab.
A short cab.
Yeah.
So it's like a 4-seat truck, but like the back seat's tiny as frick. And then I got cushions next to me, which sounds comfy, except the cushions were filling up, like, because we're moving a couch. The cushions were pushing me up against the door, and I couldn't like bend my head, other than like I could only bend my head. I couldn't bend my shoulders down to rest my head, you know.
Dang.
So I'm just sitting there 24 hours. It was awful. It was the last 6 hours. I thought I was literally gonna just die. Yeah, it was bad. But yeah, and I was in the back seat, and
I feel like if you're not comfy, so I think a big thing to road tripping is what vehicle you're in. Because one time, I go up to the UNAs every, Labor Day.
Yeah.
And it's been fine. But one year we took my dad's truck because we were gonna haul a bunch of wood or something.
Yeah.
And same thing, like not a ton of room in the back seat. And we were all crammed in that back seat. There's probably 4 or 5 kids in the back seat of this truck. 4 or 5 of us, crammed, and that was miserable.
Oh yeah. Like I'm used to being crammed in a little space. Like I have 4 other siblings, and we were all just crammed in that minivan. But after I'd say like being crammed, like 4 hours is about my max of being crammed.
You're probably
like
right.
To Salt Lake and back, like we've done that quite a few times, and I think that's where that limit comes from. But I think that I'm a pretty solid road tripper. Like I can go to Wyoming, which is 8 hours from Cedar. I've done that trip a couple times, and
we've road tripped far together.
Oh, yeah, when we went and got my Miata.
I mean, good times, dude.
Yeah, fond memory.
Yeah,
that was. And that was, and then like with back to Scouts, like with the Scouts, we'd have like 4 or 5 kids in the back seats of the truck, but it was the big Ford like mega cabs. Like, you sit so comfy back there. You got 5 kids back there. It's completely fine.
And it's a fun time the whole way.
Yeah,
because you got your buddies in there, dude.
Yeah,
and you're going out camping. You're all happy as could be because you're away from your families.
Happy campers, bro.
Because back then, at that age, your families, sucked. You hated being around your family.
I didn't hate being around my family for quite a while.
That was mainly just a stereotype. I love being around my family.
Yeah, I didn't start getting sick of them until I was back from my mission, and I had to share a room with my brother.
Oh, dang.
And right before my mission, because we were living in my grandma's house, and we were all crammed in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I know what you're saying.
Like, when do you get a trip out with the boys? Overnight. Not too often.
Yeah.
Camping trips. You get
you do whatever the heck you want.
Yeah. No supervision really at all.
Yeah.
Your parents might know all the tricks you got up your sleeves, but your scout leaders don't. So.
Or the other way around.
Yeah, pretty much. But it is what it is.
Yeah, so I think there's a definite difference between front seat and back seat road tripping.
Okay, so okay, let me just put this into your brain. So this is current. Okay. I am sitting at work, and I look out the window, and I just talk to this gentleman, and he goes back in his car, okay?
Yeah.
So he's there, he gets in the front seat, and I'm like, okay, who's he talking to? So I see him talking, I go, oh, is he talking to himself? Like, what's going on? And I wasn't, like, creeping on this guy. I was just, watching him go, and I just kind of noticed something a little odd, so I, took an extra minute to look. And his wife or someone, okay, I know he wasn't an Uber driver. He was all dressed up to go to a softball game or a baseball game, okay? He's an older guy, okay? And I see his wife in the back seat, sitting in the back seat of the car. And I'm like, what? And then I'm like, wait, someone's probably in the front seat, like the passenger seat, and I don't see anybody. And I go, what in the world? What kind of a relationship can you have to where you are comfortable with sitting in the back seat while your spouse drives, or you driving and your spouse is in the back seat. Like, it just didn't make sense. I was like, why?
Yeah, like I'm trying to play a bunch of scenarios in my head. Like, was it a coworker? But even then, that'd be weird to
What
ride
to-
in the back.
what-
The
yeah,
only
to
time it's proper to like ride in the back seat would be if you have no idea who the person is. Like taxi, Uber, Lyft.
Yeah.
And you're
But even then,
and
like,
he was the one to check into the hotel.
yeah.
So yeah, that's weird.
So it was just, like, caught me off. And then I go, okay, I did the same thing. I was like, okay, what circumstance would this
Yeah.
be fine? And I was like, okay, they were both old, so they didn't have kids. Like, I can see, like, you know, the marriage, you know, married couple, and the wife's in the backseat checking on the babies or
Yeah.
whatever, you know, or vice versa, the husband's in the backseat checking on the kids. And I've seen that happen where they're, you know, driving and stuff. But, like, where you're old and, like, I don't know, maybe they just had an argument and she's like, I'm sitting in the back seat.
Or I mean, where you're old, you're not got to be around each other for 24/7. Maybe she was napping back there.
Yeah, but she was sitting straight up, like, you know what I'm
that's
saying?
true.
It's just
If you're gonna sit straight
weird.
up, front's way more like comfy.
It was definitely off. Like, I was like, that's odd. You don't see that every day
Yeah,
because it's just odd.
it is interesting.
Yeah.
I spent like 5 minutes trying to leeway us into that conversation. If you didn't notice.
5 minutes.
Yeah, I was trying to freaking leeway us into that conversation. Yeah, so I'm gonna drive, and you know, like it's comfy in the back seat, and
Oh, I get it now.
yeah. So
Dude.
you had another story you wanted to tell me about wearing masks inside cars.
Okay, so why do people wear masks when they're alone in a car?
Yeah, so that's interesting. And I can see the logic of, oh, well, air's coming through my vents, so and the virus is in the air, so it would come through my vents. And
Yeah,
I'd
but
breathe
it's
it.
like not in the air.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't argue. I don't discuss. I only listen when it comes to the virus because I don't know anything about it.
That's fair.
Um,
From what
but-
I've heard, that's what I go off of.
Yeah, from what I've heard, and the purpose of a mask is to keep you from getting spit on and spitting on others, right?
Sure.
You're in a car alone, you don't need to be wearing a mask. And I will say sometimes maybe they forgot that it's on. I have done that back when we were required to wear masks here in Utah. I would get in the car and still have my mask on, and like
Yeah,
5 minutes in, you're like, what the crap, why am I wearing this? Like,
Or you just don't want to take it on and off all the time.
Yeah.
Maybe you're like an Uber driver and you got to get in and out of your car.
or maybe you didn't wash your hands, so you don't want to touch your face if you're like super like against the. I mean, everyone's against
Dude,
the freaking
that's-
virus, but if
no.
you're super
Oh, wait a minute. though.
conscientious about it.
I was at Lake Powell.
Okay, when was this?
It was a year ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
Pure COVID time.
Yeah. And we were on a boat, driving on the boat.
Uh huh.
This couple passes us on jet skis. Both of them have masks on.
That's funny.
And I was like, are you freaking serious?
Yeah. I saw something the other day, and it was in person. It wasn't like a meme or something. Someone was doing something, and they were wearing a mask. I can't remember what it was. Oh, it's St. George Marathon. Someone ran. I was near the finish line of the marathon, like not where it was crowded. Like I walked up quite a ways. Like I was a mile away from the finish line, so like there's no one really on
Yeah.
the side of the street. And this person was running the marathon in a mask.
Oh my gosh.
Like that is putting your body through so much extra stress than it doesn't need to be in.
That's crazy.
That is crazy. Now that's pushing it to one.
Like sweating, you're breathing hard, heavy, a lot of aspiration.
Your
going to
body's
mask.
already shutting down as it is. It should not be working that hard for that long. And then you restrict your oxygen flow. Like that's just nuts.
Holy cow.
And it was an older person too. Like obviously they were conscious about the freaking virus, but like to the point where you're running like, okay, we're at the starting line where everyone's crammed together, and then once you spread out, like they weren't by anyone and they're wearing their mask while running. It's just, oh my goodness.
See, I was watching TikToks,
Of course, yeah.
okay, and there's this lady, and she had a southern accent. She's speaking southern, okay? This is
Okay.
what she said, and this stuck with me, and this stuck with my sister, and it's like, just it makes sense. Okay.
Okay.
And this is like hick logic though.
Yeah.
Sometimes
I can
hick
tell where
logic
this is going.
slaps hard, dude.
Yeah, I can tell where this is
Okay.
going. It's going to be very controversial. Is
Oh,
where it's going
wait, Mike. But she goes, if I can smell a fart through
Okay.
my husband's jeans, then COVID can go through your mask. Okay?
Now that's interesting.
Masks are totally. I don't know what she said at that point, but basically, like they're
Yeah.
useless
Wow. Yeah.
because if she can smell a fart that came out of
That's
her husband's
interesting.
butt through his jeans and his underwear,
Yeah.
then COVID can get through masks.
Yeah, that's interesting. But does it travel through spit or does it travel through air?
Oil based is what I've heard, right?
Oil based.
But bodily fluid,
Uh-huh.
oil, and stuff like that. So like contact, someone touches something, you touch that, you can get it. But I don't even know if it's that. It might be firsthand contact. So like,
It's been over a year now, and me and you are having a conversation where we don't even know how it travels.
we still don't know.
Yeah. Is it because we're negligent? Is that the proper
Probably.
word?
I don't know. It's like we haven't been affected too much by COVID, and I'm
Yeah.
sure people have had loved ones passed away by
I know
from
people.
COVID.
My
I've heard
mom's
people.
like people I know personally, but is closer with my parents because they're their age. Were in the hospital like not too long ago.
Yeah, it's like to a point where I've heard a select few things where it doesn't concern me because one, underage people are not so much at risk,
Yeah.
and then you hear like, oh, if you get a vaccine, then you're just open to get the Delta variant,
Yeah.
and then that's even worse, and so it's like, why do I even need to get my hands in it if I'm not even that high risk?
Yeah.
So, I don't know. It sure is a fear factor thing for people, though. I feel like.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's definitely interesting. And the whole idea of it being political is interesting too.
Yeah, it's taken a huge toll politically.
But yeah, I was hoping we'd get into my caffeine experiment today, but that's just not going to happen. This podcast is a mess as it is. 12 different cuts. Right now we're on the MacBook microphone, so it's trash. So if you've listened this long, thank you so much, because now you know what's going on as far as
What's going on?
part of our lives that we were able to get into.
Exactly.
So next time we'll talk about caffeine, and we'll be quitting it.
Shoot.
My last excuse for needing caffeine is this drive because we're going to Lagoon, and the night after we're at Lagoon, I'm driving the extra 4 hours to Wyoming and getting to Wyoming late, and then waking up at 3:30 in the morning to go elk hunting. So that's my last excuse that I need caffeine for. But I am so excited to get off of it and share the effects that it's had on me, because I hate it at this point in my life. I hate it because it's having a lot of ill effects on me right now that I haven't shared with you, because I want to share with the rest of the listeners. So we'll get into that next time. But we just always got to know what's going on.
Yeah, you gotta know. We gotta keep you updated, and we will. At McKade and Russ Show. What's going on? What's going on with you?
On hopefully Spotify and Apple Podcasts, but wherever you found this, subscribe, obviously.
Obviously.
You got it, because it was a good episode.
Yeah, come on,
right?
kid.
All right, we'll check in next Wednesday. We're going to make this a Wednesday thing.
Sweet.
We've been trying to keep it up, but hey.
It is what
What's
it
going
is.
on?
Yeah, what even is going on?